Hey guys, First Guardsman here, and so I'll be talking about an auto bolt rifle tactical build for Space Marine 2 patch 12.0. Now, the auto bolt rifle didn't really get any buffs this patch, however, the tactical itself does have a brand new perk effect with crack and penetrator rounds, bolt weapons penetrate one more enemies, and non-headshot damage increased by 50%. I actually think this weapon perk is very strong in the game currently, mainly because it just makes your horde clear and all the bolt options just go up tremendously, and it feels really nice to play with, and you also don't really lose anything on your secondary damage like you would with balanced distribution. So today we're building around that. Now, the variant I've chosen here for the auto bolt rifle is the ammo version, mainly for the fat magazine capacity. I'm not really too concerned about the total ammo economy of this thing because we are taking Emperor's Vengeance here, but that being said, having a larger magazine just lets us shoot more, which is like the whole point of this gun. Now, for the perk tree here, I do take Home Precision first. Equip Weapons Maximum Spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This perk will basically turn your hip fire into a laser beam, so you pretty much always pick this up, especially since it goes directly into the next perk, Close Combat. Enemies at a distance of no more than 15 meters take 15% more damage. When you're using the auto bolt rifle, you will pretty much always be barrel stuffing, so pretty much always pick this up. Next perk here is Fast Reload, down here into the perk Perpetual Penetration because it does have pretty good synergy with the perk over here, Crack and Penetrator rounds. When you do body shot damage in this game, the more enemies you penetrate, you're actually getting more value out of that perk, and mainly because most penetration damage in this game will not also be headshot, so up the body shot damage really does up the value of perks like this quite a bit. Next perk here is Headhunter, moving here into the perk Elite Hunter. After killing a majority level or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, this perk is incredible. You can trigger this off of a melee execute and not just a melee kill, so keep that in mind. But you do have to have your weapon equipped to actually trigger it, and if you swap off of this weapon to your secondary or something, you will lose the effect, so just keep that in mind. Next perk here is Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies rapid succession restores your health by 10%. This is just a nice little bit of HP increase, but the main reason I take this perk is to go into the next perk here, which is Recoupment. This will give you 1 armor back on a headshot kill on Majorist or above every 15 seconds. Armor restore built into your bolter weapon is incredible, and the tactical class in general does not have a ton of armor restore anyway, so really good for him. And that's pretty much all there is for the auto bolt rifle. Now for the secondary option here, I do take the Retribution's Bequest Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol, mainly because this has the highest gun strike damage in the entire game, and our Heroic Combat Knife here, Argent Edge, will give us a gun strike on every single parry, so a really good synergy there. And also the heroic perk effect here, No Help is Coming, really does help out the reinforcement calls because this allows you to one-shot reinforcement calling enemies on a headshot, so pretty good effect here as well. And for the perk tree, I take Divine Might, moving here into the perk Perpetual Penetration, Increased Capacity, Extended Magazine, and Death Strike. This says after killing a majority level or higher enemy in melee combat, you will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Very similar to Elite Hunter, this will also trigger off a melee finisher. If you swap off your gun, you will lose the effect. Now, I think the bottom tree here is overall the best because ammo capacity is just nice. I mean, up here you have some other perks like Headhunter, but for the most part, just going down for Divine Might is better in my opinion, and all the good perks are just down here on this weapon. Next perk here is Great Might. Up here into the perk Discipline, when you have low ammo, you'll deal 25% more damage. Now, if you're playing on Assault, you would go down this tree for able damage for the class ability usage, but the class ability on TAC Auspex Scan is not really used enough for this to come into play enough in my opinion, so instead we go up here, and then I pick up the perk Strong Finish, Headhunter, Gunstrike Reload, and of course Tactical Precision for headshots dealing 20% more damage. Non-headshot damage it decreases by 10% because headshot damage is pretty much all that matters on your secondary here, even with Crack and Penetrator rounds. Now for the melee weapon, I do take the new Heroic Combat Knife Argent Edge. This has the heroic perk effect, Scathing Retort. The riposte window is shorter, but each riposte deals damage. By riposte, all this means is perfect parry, so you're dealing free damage on your perfect parry. But the biggest thing about this weapon is that any perfect parry with the Argent Edge combat knife will stagger an enemy for a gun strike. It doesn't matter if it's the first hit of a Lictor's combo, a Ravener combo, a melee Terminator combo. This is probably the best defensive weapon in the entire game currently because of that, because the major thing that will kill you in Space Marine 2 is being locked down by a melee Terminator or a Ravener in a boss fight, and this completely eliminates that. So really good option here, one of the best options in the entire game, to be honest. Now for the perk tree selection here, I do build it a bit differently from other options, mainly because I start with Armored Strength first. If you have armor remaining, melee damage increases by 10%. Now, first of all, we are a fencing weapon, so Minorusa do feed us armor all the time, and also this is a very safe weapon in general, so having armor while you're fighting is pretty damn common on this option, and has a pretty good synergy. Next perk here is Sharp Impact. Right and left Skull Crusher AoE radius increases by 50%. This just helps out your Horde Clear a bit. This is a very slow weapon though, which is why I kind of skip over heavy attack perks like Kinetic Energy here, so I decided to take this for like a bit of Horde Clear instead. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength for a 10% melee damage buff. Then I grab the perk here, Combined Onslaught, for 10% more melee damage on our light combo attacks. You could take Heavy Onslaught down here. I've just been trying this one out recently. I mean, they're both good options. It is up to you. And next perk here is Tide of Battle. Moving here to the perk Reeling Blow, up into Shoulder Bash, and the final perk I grab is Terminus Slayer. Though if you want to pick up Extremis Slayer instead, or swap this out or this out for Shadow Stab, you could. That is all up to you. I just don't think Shadow Stab is like the most useful thing ever on this weapon, because like I said before, if you're going for a Shadow Stab build, you're just taking the Power Gladius, because Power Gladius can get like 360% bonus damage on top of that. But, that's pretty much all there is for my Argent Edge. Now, for the tactical perk tree here, we do take the perk Crack and Penetrator rounds first. Bolt weapons penetrate one more enemy. Non-headshot damage increased by 50%. Even on an auto bolt rifle, this is definitely a noticeable perk for Horde Clear, and it's even better on options like the heavy bolt rifle, but on this build, I take it because it's pretty damn fun. It'll even buff up the damage a bit on your heavy bolt pistol. Next perk here is Relentless Pursuit. After a gun strike, range damage increases by 25% for 10 seconds. Now, I was already a big fan of this perk back in like patch 11, but in patch 12, it is even better now with Argent Edge because we get a flippin' gun strike every single time we parry. I really cannot stress how good this perk effect actually is, so being able to trigger this over and over, it feels pretty damn good. Next perk here is Emperor's Vengeance. Killing a Majora's level or higher enemy restores your Power Weapons ammo by 1 magazine. Cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, I have tried before to use Emperor's Judgment. You might actually see this one in the gameplay. You will run out of ammo all the time if you do not take this perk on the Auto Bolt Rifle. The Auto Bolt Rifle just does not have the damage or ammo capacity to sustain itself unless you go down like the bottom tree here. So I would just pick up this perk on this build. Next perk here is Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for all team members. I just like this perk on like any bolter build. It makes the bolters feel way better, and the auto bolt rifle really needs the extra damage, so great here as well. Next perk is Vital Data for scanning Extremis or Terminus level enemy, restoring our Auspex scans charged by 50%. I use this perk all the time. I mean, it's really noticeable in a boss fight. You put your Auspex down, you get half of it back, and you can put it down again before the fight ends. Really good perk here, though I will say priority targeting is also pretty decent. Next perk here is Precise Calibration and Concentrated Fire. This is like the ultimate Auspex combo. It'll up your Auspex damage by 195% and make it last 60% longer. And even though they do lose the mark here when they leave the scanned area, that doesn't hurt you too much because usually the mark area is large enough, it doesn't matter. And on top of that, all the bosses in Space Marine 2, they do have like a giant stagger animation they do. Like Hellroots will do the hammer, the Neurothrop will like do a gigantic scream, and the Carnifex just rams its face into a wall. So perfect timing to put this down. And overall, I just think it's the best combo here. Though I will say, if you want to take Battle Focus, you can definitely do that too, because you will get parries all the time on this build. Final perk here is Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant AoE damage in a 10 meter radius. The cooldown is 90 seconds. If this perk overperforms all the damn time, you just take it. It's a god tier perk. It is much better than Signal Jammer. It is way better than Marked for Death. This will actually like straight up save your life sometimes. I have so many clips, I literally cannot count them all, of how many times that this perk just bailed me out of a situation. It is an incredible option. Just pick it up. Now, for the prestige perk slots, I do take Acuity first for headshot damage because we are a bolter weapon. Then I take Skilled Supplier, Resilience, and Fortitude. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The auto bolt rifle may not be the best weapon in this game. In fact, Saber Interactive knows it's a bit limited on the perk tree, but that being said, it does perform pretty well. It does feel way better with the Crack and Penetrator rounds perk, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye. Guy plants. But he's not gonna do this time, but if he did. I'm returning player, so I'm clueless. Well, the knife will stagger. The new heroic knife, I should say, will guaranteed stagger on any single parry. And that means you interrupt some of the more obnoxious combos in the entire game that would lock you down normally. That's what actually gets you killed in Space Marine 2. Usually. I love being unable to shoot all of them. Because they're all cracked. Like that. That would normally be an unparryable thing. Now, my headcanon here, or I have a theory. So this thing has a perfect parry on... a perfect parry damage. So you damage on perfect parry. And I'm pretty sure that they made it so it staggers in every hit because they want to nerf the damage potential of the parry. Because, like, let's say you do fight an enemy, like the Whip Warrior here. Like, normally, that would not be... Well, we kind of got, like, awkward scenario there. There we go. Breaking impact. But the point is that normally that would not... if you were to parry one of those, it wouldn't actually give you a stagger off on them. But on a weapon that gives you damage every parry, that would mean free damage. That'd mean a lot of free damage. And they're probably, oh no, it'd be too OP. So instead they made it even better. They know what's better than free damage? Not getting sunlocked and frame trapped in this game. So I'm pretty sure they tried to nerf the scathing report from the DTS and retroactive, or I should say, accidentally, not retroactively. They buffed it. There's nothing in the patch notes about it, or in the weapon description. What knife would you recommend for sniper now? I mean, both the heroic ones. The heroic knives are so good right now that I'll put this in the melee weapon tier list. I actually recorded before this in the heroic knife tier list because at the moment, both the melee heroics are just way better for the combat knife than like its respective balance and fencing relative to your counterpart. And the block one's completely superseded as well. Like if you're playing a knife, you just take one of the heroics now. Not only are they like the two best options for the knife, they're like two of the best melee weapons in the entire game. Oh, snap, shoulder cape, true. What is the best class? Bulwark, and then like assault, probably pretty damn close. You could even make an argument that assault might be better than bulwark right now, but I don't know if I go that far. In terms of damage, he definitely is. What chapter are you playing today, boss man? Imperial Fist, Sons of Dorn. The Sons of Dorn. All my homies love the Imperial Fist. Bulwark only is top because of Icon, to be honest, so it's fair to say Saul's probably the real number one. No, Bulwark's top for more than that. Afterbanner in itself is a very, very good perk. Damage reduction, focus restoration, all these things are incredibly powerful. Also, Intimidating Aura is an insanely powerful perk, too. Even without Icon, Bulwark's on crack. Concussive Force, Shield Bash build is also on crack. I think he's still the best. I would still say he's the best. I mean, he's definitely the best with Icon.
Disgusting Tyranid scum.
Assault propaganda. No, I would go as far as say he's literally above Bulwark now, but he's pretty fucking close. He's probably the closest class to him. Animation cancel will do that to you.
I have the codes, brothers. Captain, demolition codes are secure. Proceed to the Promethean refinery. Complete the demolition.
Give you Space Marine 2 as Power Rangers. Which part of it? Alright, well. Alright. Sniper is surely S tier. Sniper's like B tier. Are there more drops? I mean, if you haven't picked up these, there are. Yes. I'm here to see how far you get, and if you beat the mission, I'll donate to you. Copy, copy. I will put my life on the line. You also didn't say an exact number, but that's okay. I don't care if it's 1 cent or 1 million. I will not die. For but a single reason. If the prestige perk worked with the heroic, it would be nice. I was like, if you play a Raven Guard Blade Guard with the heroic bolt pistol, I'd rather not take the heroic bolt pistol. It's not very good compared to the other ones. I'd rather take a firepower. Well, I'll play Raven Guard Blade Guard. That's pretty fun. As shitty as this voice pack DLC was, I still want another one. Which means it probably sold pretty well. Does that one charge attack damage perk work on Assault Power Fist now? That's been working for like multiple patches now. It's been working since patch 11. Yeah, patch 11. So like November of last year it was working. Alright, boss maybe? No boss, huh? Restorative Sims. I guess I'll take this because these are better. Oh, but it gave me the bug. Fuck. Not the bug. Yeah, so if you use a sim and you pick up a restorative sim at the same time, you're pretty cooked. Richard, thank you for joining the Adeptus Custodes. Thank you, Richard. Vaseline eyes times, true dude. This is like the Gary's Mod marijuana effect. Alright, this is a modifier. If anybody asks, this is a hard strat modifier, definitely not a bug. But like right now, if you use a stim and you pick up a restorative stim, there's a chance that like you might just cause a restorative stim effect to just go on your screen the entire game. Surely they'll fix that in like the next decade. I mean, it's a pretty rare interaction, to be fair. I'm not surprised they missed it. Do any of the new DLCs give you a new class ability or just skins? They just give you skins. All the gameplay stuff in this game is free.
Bring the ball and finish its deployment into the
Yet still, we have tremendous controversy. Controversy, yep.
what is good for you.
A controversy. I was wondering if that was my eyes or an actual bug. No, you don't have glaucoma. It's okay.
Deploying crack grenade.
I'm about to hit these 3 buttons harder than ever.
Deployment has begun.
That fire, I think with the prime.
Activation have been observed.
Ow.
Generators harboring the machine.
Hey, hey, hey.
Eyeing sequencing.
Back, you fiends.
Delivering payload. We must intercept a generator soon.
Generator 2.
Instability detected in generator 2. Operator requested. Changing magazine. That one calls for reinforcements. This infestation has persisted for too long.
That's how we clear it off.
The first leg of this race is behind us. Kill that vortex and summon aid. Replenishing. Pump generator 3, brothers.
Generator 3 is my 3rd favorite generator.
Biological accumulation in generator 3. Probable avian
Oh, fuck. I don't know what Tyranid smells like. I mean, I doubt I can smell it through the helmet. It looks like a space wolf. Probably smells pretty bad.
Subterranean xenos below us. Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 millimeters. Blessed be the Omnissiah's divine precision.
I mean, actually, what if they smell really good, you know? Like, what? Like, I don't think iguanas smell that bad. And I think a Tyranid probably smells a lot like an iguana, right? My triggers are blurry. It's a bug. We got the bug.
Changing magazine.
There you go.
Demolition deployment sequence concluded.
Finally.
Nano errors logged under the Omnissiah's watchful oculus.
I'm a bit behind the stream, but I love the lore of the Imperial Fist, but just can't get behind the mustard yellow. Dude, listen, okay.
Observation platform over.
Mustard, it beats out the piss yellow of a Lamenter. Alright, if you don't like yellow in 40k, it's not Imperial Fist, it's the fucking Lamenters. Lamenters look like they actually just had a... They look like a piss stained marine. Okay? Cheaper than your average Warhammer mini. You use another sim for it to go away. Well, I'm definitely not doing that, so... Maybe one day.
Reloading.
But Crimson Fists are cool, okay? Like, I can't fault you for that.
Reloading weapon.
Oh, here it comes. Alright. Tank.
Exterminated. Replenishing.
Imperial Fist equal Daniel. Custodians equal the cooler Daniel. I mean, you know, when you think about the Imperial Fist, they never let anybody not remember that they were there at Terra. At Holy Terra, they stood among the Custodies. They fought. They battled. Does a 40% more health stim work on the new one? I mean, it doesn't really matter. If anything, it would up the duration. But I don't think it does anything. I did test that in the PTS. I hear the familiar snorting of a Biovore. I ain't bothering with that. If it doesn't want to come here, I ain't going to it. The power play. This is the farthest you got yourself with the grappler. Yeah, Vanguard. And Vanguard can struggle with a some of the stuff. Some stuff. Not everything. Boss damage mainly. Ho ho ho. Siege of Terra was a chess match of Dorn versus Perturabo until Horus replaced him with Mortarion and everything turned into a shit show. Yeah, that was not the best decision ever. Is a new sim health healing over time? Well, technically, it fills your contested HP over time.
Main swarm sighted. We await your signal, Captain. Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
How much Fist Gene Seed did Peter Torvo sacrifice to attain Demonhood? A great question.
Coming, brothers. Plenty for everyone.
Perish, perish. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, I should have done that. Shit. Definitely mistimed that. I guess I'll take one. Oh. I'm actually glad my impact was enough yet. Go. I was hoping to grab that Horma gun, but I was a little too. I guess I do this.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
This should give me the ammo I need. We'll get out of the corner eventually, or the hole, and die. All right, well.
You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards. Yes, Captain. You heard him.
Yeah, they can't actually grab you while you're in any animation like that, so a nice try.
We have laid waste to the enemy. A fine victory.
Hello, studio.
Biosign's down 90% and full. Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent work. Move to extract.
It's free. Your weapons are very strong. Actually, this is the weakest gun in the game. Quite shocking.
We can make it. Keep going. Extraction complete.
There we go. That's a wrap.
Commendable work, brothers. You
Now we're finally free of the hazy screen. Your Space Marine hot take? I mean, depends what you consider a hot take in Space Marine 2. Still think Yielding Oath is worth it. I barely ground pound now. Yeah, I still think it's worth it. And what else are you gonna take? I guess Defensive Mastery. You did the impossible. You really are a Space Marine. Yeah, we killed Horus. We killed all of Horus. We finished the whole heresy.